Well, I'm going to open audio over on my side then. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, everyone?
I'm drinking that green screen juice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what we do here. I was asked earlier today, why is it that there are these green poles here?
Oh, on a non-green screen call or something?
Yeah, I was on a regular phone
that's
call.
funny.
Someone's like,
That's
what is
funny.
the green thing? And I'm like, it's not here in the right lighting. That's what it is.
Exactly. All right, so we ended last session with you guys having reconnoitered. Reconnoitered? Reconnoitered.
I like that one.
The Cathedral of Demira's various floors. You didn't really find any obvious evidence that would complete your quest for the folks at the Hanging Citadel. But you do have an idea of the layout and what kinds of things you might expect. And you did see a couple of weird things. So that basically brings us to like early afternoon or rather late afternoon / early evening of that day.
Did I even spend more than an hour in there?
Not really, no.
So what time did we even get in there?
You guys got there kind of midday, right? You're right. So it's actually probably like early afternoon.
Yeah, there we go.
Do we have a map?
I'm trying to bring maps up, but I realize I don't have tokens on them, so I can't look at... Oh, no, they're loading. That's right, they're loading.
Which map are we loading?
Well, that's up to you guys. You guys just left the cathedral, so that would put you in Gallender City, right?
Yeah.
We were heading straight back to the inn so we could sit in our room and strategize. That way we don't look like we're just kind of being creeps outside the church.
Right. Having just cased the joint, let's talk about what we're going to do here, guys.
What do you think this is, GTA?
Amazing. Hey, they even had a place where they met up. So we're standing out in the city, apparently.
Well, you guys would be right outside the cathedral over there in the east and on the hilltop.
All right. So let's see if I can get the correct city. Gallender City, just normal Gallender City.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know about you guys, but I got a guy I need to meet.
What are you up to?
He's gonna help save my undying soul.
What?
You see, I'm having a bit of a nihilistic breakdown, and I thought that the Church of Second Chances would love to take up somebody who is having such a deep existential problem as mine. And yeah.
Did you scar someone?
The look on her face was really like I don't know if they're ready for Nietzsche yet.
Oh, you did not philosophize blast somebody in the face, did you?
Oh, I absolutely did. And I made it seem like I was the most edgy, nihilistic edgelord ever. I had some lines.
Did you go full Chuny?
Yeah, I did. I had this plan. Once I meet this dude over there who's working with the people, the guy who's supposed to help me, I'm actually gonna the first thing I'm gonna say to him after we introduce ourselves is something like, I feel like we all don't understand how cyclical history is and how it's like a flat disc, and I'm just doomed to make the same mistakes as my ancestors. We all don't know. You see? It's perfect, isn't it? Huh. This is going to get these people fucking eating out of my hands, man.
Well,
I mean, or it's going to go blow up in your face and spell doom and gloom for all of us.
How? This is the Church of Second Chances.
Right, but what deity is that, really? What do we know about this world?
Well, we literally met her.
Well,
same deity?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that sent you there.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You know what else? You're a rabbit, and you've come to terms with it now. You're at peace with it. So let's not have to do that again this episode.
I'm at peace with that.
Okay.
I guess I have digitigrade legs that aren't digitigrade also.
No, they are. You just walk on the balls of your feet.
Right. Like an autist.
Oh, like a furry.
Okay.
I mean, I showed you the picture, so.
I remember.
We had like a long discussion about that. Yeah, your legs are perfectly okie dokie.
I remember.
I
Anyway, yeah, let's head back.
But yeah, no, I'll tell you more about him later. Let's go get like a beer or something
Yeah,
from Growth.
that works.
That's his name, right? Growth?
Ralph. Yep.
Ralph, yeah.
Heron gone. Who's Heron gone?
That's the name of the rabbit people race.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So they're bald?
the
Heron
version.
gone.
Yeah, the version that you're playing, the rabbit folk, are the unearthed Arcana version, whereas the Heron Gone are the officially published version.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they're
The
bald?
building, by the way, right here that we're passing with the red flags, is that the place I'm supposed
The Adventurers Guild? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place. So I point this building out and say, "This is where I'm supposed to meet Dude Meister."
Let's not do that today.
No, absolutely not. I'm just telling you guys this is where I'm supposed to meet Dude Meister.
Cool.
Good to know.
And I might do it actually later this afternoon when you were going to participate in the magic part of the arena.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that whole Magic the Gathering thing.
Yeah. I might check in with him, 12-step program style,
Yeah.
Instead
I
of
totally
drinking
get
in the
you.
afternoon, I'll go check in with my church contact.
Well, this is a port town. Gallender City is a port town.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
We knew that about 4 episodes ago.
Oh, no. I am only mentioning it because I happen to own a soundscape called Bustling Port Town, and I wasn't using it.
Uh-huh.
Bustle and
I actually just purchased it over the last 20 minutes while we were talking.
Got it.
And then I went, oh, this does apply, because Gallender City is a port town, so rock and roll. Or rather, not rock and roll, but bard music.
I'll worry about you on occasion, sir.
I'm far better than I was when we met, man.
Sir, your liver thanks you for this.
No, I'm certain. I've gotten letters in the mail over the past week. From my liver. That was good.
I believe it.
Here I am drinking a 11% Imperial Stout. So,
It's the weekend. I have a vodka soda over here.
vodka
soda.
Like I always drink. I've been drinking vodka sodas for like 8 years on camera, guys.
Yep. And you don't have to disclose any of the brand. I'm not. You guys saw the picture and the thing. I will give you the year though. This is from 2015. This Imperial Stout with the tart cherries.
Yeah, it sounded pretty great. It does like once you bottle, it stops like maturing really, right?
I mean, you can.
I guess beers get a little more.
It's a different sort of thing with higher alcohol percent things. It helps the flavor kind of mellow out a little bit.
Right, like meads. Meads, right? You want your mead to mellow for a year before you drink it, for sure.
Meanwhile, this sat for, I want to say, 5 to 6 years before it went in the fridge for a year.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. And depending on how you bottle them, like if you don't use any breaking agents or anything, they will still ferment in the bottle for a little while.
Oh, absolutely. As long as you leave them hot when you bottle them.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so you were back at the inn. Grouth and his wife greet you warmly. The the clientele of the inn today seems to be its normal fare.
Well, all right. Hey,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What's a good word?
I suppose the good word is good business, and he points at the relatively full dining room.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Good stuff, my man. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
nobody's weird like yesterday.
Yeah, no, that did sound
Did you ever
weird.
hear what was going on with yesterday?
He scratches his chin and he says, "Not really. We did have a couple of new ships pull into port, so I just thought they were a crew or something. But man, they were a weird bunch."
Yo, Grau, could you give me some information on a local?
Maybe if I know them.
You know, half troll by the name of Molag.
Molag, huh? Yeah, I've met Molag. You'll find him at the Adventurers Guild. He kind of lives there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what can you tell me about him?
I mean, it's kind of in the name of the thing, right? He's a half troll.
I shrug. I haven't met too many half trolls.
You certainly never met one like Molag if you're thinking of it like half orc or half elf.
Dare I ask if we know what the other half might be?
Oh, it's human. You can't miss it. Molag wasn't born a half troll.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Misfortunate curse. You understand? Caught exactly half of it.
Oh. How does that even happen, I say? I'm laughing.
Well, wait. What kind of half are we talking about? Like,
Left side specifically.
oh, like a literal half and half.
He's a literal half creature.
Oh, poor guy. Well, actually, I guess he regenerates though, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he certainly managed to make a name for himself with his unique circumstance.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. No, for
I know trolls is like this really big, like tall creature thing. Like
big nose. Chop his arm off, it crawls back and sticks
so, like
itself
if
back
he's
on.
literally
You know what a
half
troll
top
is.
down, like how's that?
Probably hard to kill. Does he do arm wrestling here in the tavern? I say. And then no one responds, so I look around because clearly I said the wrong thing.
Sorry, I was typing. He laughs and he says, "No, Molag doesn't really get out much outside of his job at the guild. He's well, you can understand a lot of people don't necessarily like spending time in his company. It's awkward.
Is he at least polite? Like, does he have the troll brain or the human brain?
A little of both, I guess.
Then he could drink like a fucking...
Was the guy originally a guy or was he a troll?
He was originally a human.
So, why would you turn someone into a troll as a curse?
half troll.
So weird. No. He intended to be a full troll. He only caught half the curse. I heard the story.
Yeah, Growl shrugs. He says, I don't know. Maybe ask Molag."
Is he here?
He turns to you, YOLO, and he says, "If you're asking if he's a trustworthy guy, I mean, he seems fine. He's been doing a lot of like religious stuff lately, though. Every time I've talked to him, he's been all about that redemption through Demira thing."
yeah.
Maybe he's thinking they can remove the curse.
In fact,
purify
it was a Demira priestess, nun, I shrug, who suggested that I go talk to him.
She didn't say what she was, just that she was a guider of the goddess.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't identify herself. I'll give you that for free, though, that she was dressed like all the other priests, so she was probably a priestess.
Priestess.
Yeah. Neuro saw like three if you count the black and red variant, but he saw like two basic uniforms, one for acolytes and one for priests, and she was wearing one like the one for priests.
Yep. Yep.
Has anybody else been working with him on this whole redemption track thing? I was told that I should join him.
Yeah, he. So all right, this is probably why folks don't like spending much time with Molag. It's not just the troll thing. He's a little. And he kind of looks around and he says, preachy. He's got like a group inside the Adventurers Guild. They meet every few days and discuss, I guess, getting another chance.
Oh,
yeah.
So
My eyebrow
trying
raised.
to spread the faith of the church.
Or perhaps maybe even a program in which one can better themselves or seek redemption.
Right. Groth says they seem something like that. It seems like everyone who's a member of his group is all kind of the same these days,
The same in what way?
Like they're all reading off the same script. I mean, you've met fervent followers of any faith before, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I've met fervent followers, and then I've met ones who are just absolutely ridiculous and unhinged. And if you compared the words they're doing and the actions they're taking with what the original scriptures they came from are, you would see that they're actually the worst of the worst. And
I know what you mean, but no, Molag's not like that. His belief is true.
Okay, well that's good. He's just
not putting the fan in fanatical.
Right.
Well, just so long as the adventures he sends people on are wholesome and redemptive, that's probably fine.
As long as they don't have never mind.
No, his heart's in the right place. I mean, at least half of it.
That has to be really odd.
Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah, he says, yeah, no problem. Happy to help, I guess.
Thanks for the information, man.
Round of ales is how much?
Oh, ales are like a copper each. It's not a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, this is not a rich place.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's I'll cover a round of those then.
Yeah,
Thanks,
open
man.
the same
I
barrel
appreciate
which was opened this morning.
Great. Appreciate you.
I bet you money, guys, and I say this kind of in a hushed tone, that they literally have the Serenity Prayer at the end of their meetings.
Oh shit!
To change the things and the wisdom that I can know.
You're saying his group probably has like a plan for redemption with a certain number
with a few number of steps, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they hand out medals.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Coins. It would be coins.
Be a wood one. The first one you're going to get for coming there is going to be one made of wood.
Right.
And you're going to get one made out of porcelain.
After a while, it might be it might be copper, and then if you've been there for a long time, it might be silver or gold.
Right. Yep.
We're saying this at the table, right? You're actually making these jokes at the tavern table.
I think we just got our beer and went back up to the room, I think.
I'm being quiet about this. Yeah.
So, but you and I are sitting at the same table and you're making these jokes?
Or up in our room, yeah.
Yeah, we'd be up in the room at this point, yes.
In the room?
Yes.
How are we drinking in the room? Come on.
You can't hold a mug?
No, but you gotta go downstairs to get your booze every time?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you should just bring a bunch with you then, like a Oktoberfest server.
Yes,
Pitcher, 2 cups each. He said around, so.
Sure enough. I mean,
2 cups each about.
You don't even have the bards up here in our room. We can't even. It's just us, you know?
The floor's thin enough that you could hear any bards that would be playing if there were any. There are not any, however.
It would be very quiet if you could, because through the floor.
There's actually a lot of people talking.
Yeah, what you mostly hear is like TV show murmuring, you know? Crowd noise.
Like that.
Oh, so we're hearing The Sims.
Right.
I mean, you are wearing your headphones, right?
Yeah, what I hear right now is fire, though. I have Soundbot turned down a little bit because I need to be able to hear you guys.
I'm actually I'm trying to modulate the volume.
Oh, no, that's not a you problem. That's a my mix problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm like because I don't know if you've noticed, but speak and the world will respond.
Yeah, totally. No, I
How art the dungeon master?
Is there really only one boat in that dock?
No,
that's just for
representative.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually zoomed in my stream on the lower segment because that's where the inn is.
I want to say 3 right now.
Right, I was going to say exactly that. There are, in fact, 3 boats in harbor right now.
Can I see their names? I know of one boat, don't I?
No, you actually know of all 3 because you appropriated some records while you were at the Hanging Citadel, if you recall.
I did. That's why I know about at least one ship.
Yep. I don't actually have names for them, but I could generate some if you want them.
I don't want the names yet. I just if I can see them from like our window or something, it'd be something I take note.
Yeah,
of.
your window doesn't look out on the coast, but if you were on that side of the inn, you absolutely could.
Okay.
You said 2 of them were from the Coral Kingdom?
Correct.
Oh, well then be Correlatio and Coralingus.
Wow, Coralingus.
Wow.
You know you love it.
There's some bad jokes there.
I mean, yes, I do. I mean, but I think that's not of the subject matter the stream is supposed to be about.
All of them came from the Coral Kingdom, according to my notes.
All of it. Also, like, I'm a little concerned about the seafood / oral sex crossover jokes. I feel like that's maybe a little played.
Coral sex?
Coral sex. Oh shit! That was. Wow.
That was a good one. If you didn't already have inspiration, you get inspiration.
Like, wow. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you get inspiration for that one.
It's pretty shellfish of you, sir.
I would give you dealer bucks. Abalone.
Now you're going to reef it.
Dude, I know Wet Dream by heart, so don't even challenge me.
Fix the damn thing.
Keep my private life out of it. Because I blew a seal, right?
Wow, how big was that, sir? It was big, a little bit small.
No, that's what they told me at the Shell station.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I brought my Barracuda in because it was overheating, and he said, "Man, looks like you blew a seal." And I said, "Fix a damn thing and leave my private life out of it, okay, pal?" And then I went across the street to the Oyster Bar. That place is a real dive, but I know the owner. He used to play for the Dolphins. I said, "Hi, Gil." You have to yell. Because he's hard of herring.
Yep. For the halibut?
I didn't write this. This is Wet Dream by Kippadata. I just know it by heart.
Yep. Any Dr. Demento fans have no doubt heard it 30 or 40 times in their life.
Indeed.
Yep. What
Real
is
game fish.
Our plan?
Okay,
yeah, that's a good question, gentlemen.
Let's cross-reference everything we learned, because we learned a lot yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, earlier.
And also, let's remember that the definition of done, what we need to do here is become heroes. The way we do that is talk to elves and visit the Tower of Demura.
Oh shit! Verde's been studying under the Wizard of Scrum.
All right. Those are, some of the long-term examples or goals that we have, but we're looking at the short-term goals right now of what we're
getting the military on our side.
So I kind of want to discuss what we found on the floors. On the top floor, I think that might be where they have their secret meetings, in the sealed room behind the stone door. It appeared to be magically sealed. There was what appeared to be a crack, but in spider form, I was bouncing off of it like there was just a rectangle collider. And so I'm pretty sure that's magically sealed. If they're doing anything secret and where they don't want people to be investigating and seeing what they're doing, that's the spot. Most likely is my
That might be
guess.
the high. That might be a high priest type area. Maybe not be where they're actually holding the monologues, because depending on who all's involved, it might be downstairs. Because
That
there's a
door was
couple
locked
areas
there.
like they
What
made
was that?
one. What door is locked? What question?
The door downstairs was locked.
There was a couple of those that I couldn't get past. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed it, I think, Watts, but Neuro actually did look at the two rooms in the south that you weren't able to open the doors of.
Okay.
So he did get a look in there, and he can tell you about them if you ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you reveal the maps for me so I can kind of have them as a reference as I talk about what we saw?
Yeah, I think I just need to turn off the lighting, right? So, like, if I open the ground floor, give it a second because it's a big ass map. But once it's open, I think I can just turn off the lighting, and then if you open it on your side, you should just be able to see the whole map that way. Or not lighting, line of sight, rather, excuse me.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and open it now and see if you can see the whole first floor.
Apparently I clicked the second floor first, so let me go to first floor. Ground floor.
I'll also do the same on the second floor as well, too.
Curious.
Third floor, I'll have to mask because there's parts that you haven't seen, so I
Yeah.
can't pull that same trick.
Yeah, definitely. You could probably just put the token on that one.
I'm curious if Sirenscape has, and if they don't have, they should have. I should probably send them an email. Again, not a sponsor.
I just got a weird linky thing. Something about managing campaign data.
No idea what that is. Yeah, that's not real.
The console, like, was it an error spew?
Yeah, let me throw this at you because.
Anyway, what I was saying is, I'm going to search right now. But it would be dope is if Sirenscape made a package that was just Bard songs or
weird
music, just music, so I could alternate, because we end up hearing the same songs a lot
all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And while the songs offer a lot of ambience and are nice to fill the silence and even the texture behind the speech when we talk, it would be cool if I had more.
Right.
But I don't need a whole audio pack with weird other shit that I'm not going to use. I just want the Bard songs. So, like, maybe the Bard's Codex of dope tunes, or something like that. Call it what you want.
Actually, you know what? I actually just put Phalian on the third floor. I'm gonna remove that token though, and I'm gonna put the party there so everybody can see it.
What's the map?
Okay.
I should load it.
Was anybody able to get into the basement of this building?
Yeah.
Cool. Damn it. Okay.
What was the map called for that?
We're on top floor right now.
Cathedral Catacombs?
Yeah.
Catacombs?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you were able to get into the catacombs.
Let me open that up too.
Me too.
That wasn't a map shared with everyone though. It was just to you, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I can put the Phalian token into that one so that you can see the area you've explored.
Is it Cathedral of Demira, or that I only have ground floor?
Yeah, because you probably didn't go up to the second or third floor, right?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
So yeah, your personal knowledge only extends to the first floor.
He was our distraction.
Yeah, you went behind the spinny door, so you can tell us about that too.
Well, but all I have for maps to load right now is Cathedral of Demira ground floor. I don't have another map.
Right, because it was never shared with you. Well, what I'm telling you is I'm not going to share it with you until you go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Right. So where are we right now?
All right.
Right now we're inside of the tavern, and we are talking about what the other two have seen.
Phalian wanted these maps open so that he could see them, so that he could give a better report. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I shouldn't have tried to open.
I don't have a map.
Cathedral of Demira.
Okay.
Because
the
now
Cathedral of Lagmira.
Yeah, no, now Fantasy Grounds is not responding and everything's crashing.
It's not actually crashing. It's
have a tavern map.
just loading the file. Give it a second.
Oh, it's there. That's
all
good.
right. So, on the ground floor, I went through the north side. I didn't go through the doors on the south side, but I expect that they were similar. On the
They
north
were. I can confirm. After you described the north side. Sorry.
It was an armory. There were suits of full plate armor. There were spears. There were some maces. You know, it looks like they would run in there and get all armed up if something came up. And then the one next to that
was it a cursed treasury?
You know, that's what it seemed like. I saw a whole lot of treasure that seemed like it was real easy to grab, especially for an unlocked door. But
so
I wasn't going in to steal anything. I wanted to go in and see if I could locate any documents maybe inside the chest, if I could crawl through the locker or something like that, for example. No luck. Yeah. And while I didn't notice it while I was in there, when I got out, I felt as if some sort of pressure had released. So I don't know if it's like a gravity trap or what sort of thing. A gravity trap would make sense, because if you're trying to take out something that's heavier, then, you know, slowly crushing yourself under it would seem like...
Oh, yeah. That's clever. I thought, you know, when you said that maybe it could have been an alarm or something. But no. There's something very similar on the north side, too. There was also an armory, less armor, more mass weapons.
The south side.
South side, yeah. I didn't actually go into the room, though. What was interesting is, you know that meme, you know, I disbelieve the illusion or whatever, right?
Yeah, I disbelieve.
So I did that, and the entirety of the room felt off. It's not like it disappeared out of existence or anything like that, but the room felt weird. I did throw a coin in there too, so there might be a real coin amongst a whole bunch of fake ones.
It's the sort of thing where someone bold using Mage Hand could maybe test the waters a little.
Right. But, though, kind of to add to your whole weight feeling, your gravity hypothesis, correct me if I'm wrong, Snipe Hunter, but I did feel a sense of upliftment when I did donate that coin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you maybe didn't exactly think of it as pressure the way that Neuro did, but it was, if you were to describe the feeling, very similar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. That makes me wonder if it's like a displacement sort of thing that you have to do.
That is very interesting. My trip shortly ended there. At the end of the northern hallway, there's a set of stairs that goes up and one that goes down. Downward door was locked, and I wasn't going to risk traipsing this body around up there.
Yeah.
So instead,
thank you for not, because I worry about you and your decisions in these sorts of situations sometimes.
No, you don't have to. A barbarian is clever, you know, not smart. But I went and got a confession instead, which is how I learned of Mollog and how I am going to try to get some more information out of maybe the culture the church has been instilling as of late.
Did I understand correctly then that you broke some poor nun with Nietzsche?
Yes, yes. But I'm like, this is all like, I'm not actually going through an existential crisis.
No, I know. You're, you can act that all day. Believe me, I know.
But yeah, no. In order to get that information, I figured the quickest way to do it was to traumatize her with my sadness and depression, and or at least my modern understandings of such things. And so that's what I did. And from what I've heard from Molog, if he's the leader of the local NA group, she sent me exactly to the kind of person I want to pump for information.
Ah, fun.
Not like that, but sure.
Well, you're finding more avenues and things to gather information. That's, it's a good thing. So that concludes most of what I saw on that floor. There was that room we saw had just a few pews in it. It was empty, I believe. And then you went to the confessionals, which were clearly in use. Now, what was this hubbub? I understand there was something about a secret room behind the altar.
Indeed, there was one.
Tell us about it.
Oh, there was like whole other little church back there, essentially.
Whole other little church. Like what?
There were like some extra pews. There was like a whole other little thing going on up the front.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was like a secret church, so to speak. Like they had their church and then they had their other church, and you had to go through the fireplace at the back of the altar to get to the special church room.
To be fair, it's not a fireplace. It's like a cupola.
Yeah, right. Cupola. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know that I would call it a secret room so much as, there's obviously a members only portion behind the altar.
Right. There's a velvet rope, right? There's a champagne room at their church. I forgot that I could use proper idiom again.
And you just basically waltzed in right in front of everybody, just like, oh, y'all are praying. I'ma go see what's over here.
I suppose I did.
I mean, to be fair, he did that after drinking from some sacramental vessel on the altar that also drew gas from the crowd. So
I did actually drink from their holy water. I think it was holy water. Was it holy water?
It was holy water, yeah.
See,
yeah, well, I drank from the holy water.
That's the funny thing.
Don't worry.
The barbarian went to
I'm not a barbarian.
No, the barbarian went to the confessional, and the one who's not a barbarian did the barbaric stuff.
Right.
Barbaric. Oh, come on.
I'm the fly. Sorry.
Was it barbaric? Was it? I washed my hands and drank of the holy water. I'm a paladin. I'm allowed to do that.
Wrong type of paladin.
Yeah, right. Wrong paladin, bro.
Really though? I look around. Really
You know
though?
what? Since
What
we're
a dish
playing
are we
Omaha-
playing? What a dish are we playing, guys?
No, since
So you
we're
had
playing
5 character
Omaha,
sheets.
and Omaha has literally done it every single time. I guess he is/isn't that kind of paladin. But anyway,
Wait. Snipe,
No,
what is that
don't
thing?
turn
You said
me
that
off.
you said we have character sheets.
I have
Yeah, your character sheets are 5e character sheets. So
Okay. So
I
I know we're playing 5e. Okay.
every single time I've passed a holy water basin, I have washed my face in it.
Right? I just switched out a little. I didn't spit in the
yeah,
fucking
he didn't
pond.
do this from the font though. He did this from a very clearly sacramental vessel and chalice that was sitting on the altar.
I also picked it up and checked it out too. Remember?
Right,
there
but
was
you
no
did
wine in it.
you did not partake. Yeah.
I washed my
No, I
paws and had a little drink. I mean,
Yeah, nobody stopped you, to be fair. So, whatever taboo is obviously a minor one,
And then I bailed through the secret door. And yeah, I guess it was a secret door, sorta.
It's not that it was a secret door. Like, a trick door is a better way to
It could
put
be
it.
that,
Right.
or it could have also been bystander effect, where it's like somebody's gonna stop him, right? So
Right.
somebody
Oh,
surely is gonna
yeah.
do something, right? Like, I'm praying here, I'm busy, but someone's
Honestly,
on
also,
top of this. Surely the church
this the
is.
goddess? Hold on. Is this not the goddess that made us live in this world?
Nobody else knows that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I know that.
Remember, Riffender told us not to tell people that.
That's true, but I know that personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're not telling them that, and they don't know that, and so
No, but we're currently in our room, secreted away, having a discussion right now about what we all did, and you guys are giving me the eye, and I'm saying,
They're
look,
giving you the eye for the way that people would take it, not for the actual situation that was.
Yes, like
All
I don't. If there was if there's nobody there, I wouldn't give a damn. Like I would be happy if you chugged the whole thing and it made you feel great because it was booze. But the fact that you did it in front of people,
magic water.
We're trying to keep like a low profile. That's why I was going everywhere as a spider.
I hear you, man. I haven't crossed the border between like knowing, like I don't know, man. Is this real? Fuck, dude. Like,
real enough.
Yeah. You know how
you have to imagine Jory is real.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
What was the line from Hamlet? If we prick you, do you bleed?
You guys. Yeah, but you know it's
how many weeks have
no,
we been
you're
here
not
now?
a yeah, but you're a rabbit. Now, anyway.
Hey, that's exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
Real question, though.
I mean,
seriously,
shit. What's your name in
how
this
long
world?
have we been here?
Not actually very.
Not that long.
Little over a week.
3 days, a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that long. Still long enough that this conversation has merit. Because you're all my friends and my son. Only you're not. Only you are, right? Like.
No, I mean you are who you are. Yeah.
That's one of the funnest parts of this campaign, I will say yet again.
I want to talk about some of the things that we're seeing on some of the other floors.
Right.
I'm actually kind of interested.
The second floor in particular. Now, I started off checking along the north side, and there were some priests
in this scene.
There were some priests in the north. I guess the northeasternmost room rather, that were sitting on some nice couches next to some rolled up papers, talking about mostly some jerk off I was going to call them assolites. They were assolites. These guys were dicks. They went over to the I think they said it was at the Adventurers Guild, and they just went and started a fight.
Yep.
And then, the whole thing was reported and they were admonished for it. And they were telling each other, talking about the fact that the locals are already having a very, very, very strained relationship with the church. And that, more and more people have been kind of looking at, leaning towards the empire more and the church less. So an event like this, they have to do all the PR to smooth it over because these 5 acolytes, went and did something stupid and got the church in trouble. So I caught them later cleaning up down in the basement and left a spider web after an area they'd cleaned. So hopefully they get in more trouble. Because fuck them. But those were kind of the 2 main things I learned from them, and the discussion kind of went on in a circle. Like NPCs that were looping, basically.
So we have no way to confirm this as of yet, but I wonder if Ray Fander is one of these.
These what?
He's an acolyte?
Yeah.
No. He's an absolver, which is like a.
An acolyte is a job.
Yeah, well, they're acolytes. They're
it's acolyte. No. Yeah, he was mocking the acolytes.
Okay. I because of that, I was I misheard that part. I was thinking it was like something you called somebody after they did something wrong, and
gotcha.
They are
like acolytes.
They are asshole acolytes. They're acolytes.
Okay. Never mind.
There were 5 of them.
Apostate. Excuse me. That's the word I was.
I think I could probably remember their names.
A prostate?
About it, but it doesn't really matter too much.
A prostate.
No. See, you're thinking of a different kind of dick.
No, it's like an acolyte. The acolytes hang out with the
prostrates. Yeah, exactly.
Right? The prostates, the acolytes, yes. They're all gang.
Anyway, so that was that. The next room over, that was, if I remember correctly, an empty dining room.
Yeah. In fact, but like almost no lights on was
Yeah.
basically
No, not in use. So then I crawled across to the other side, and there was a library, there was a priest and an acolyte. The acolyte was doing if I remember, the acolyte was doing like transcription or
he was copying a book.
Yeah. And then the priest was apparently sitting there feverishly writing new material. They've got the entire catalog of history going back to their year 0, I guess, in that room. So we could learn things from potentially perusing that a little bit. And the next room over was kind of interesting. There were lots of tomes that looked like they're specifically looking at different ways to deal with different sorts of demons and beasts and creatures and things like that. And one of the interesting things, there's this very large, like, in like a Legend of Zelda, for example, you'll find a bunch of the normal size treasure chests, and then there's the giant treasure chest. That was kind of the equivalent size of this tome compared to the other books. It was its own table. This thing is huge. Like you could close the cover, lock it up, and have rowdy sex on it, and that thing would just it would just be a sturdy table there. Anyway, maybe get that weird hand sculpture involved, but no. We as in me looking over their shoulder, looking at some stuff for a particular type of demon. It's called thing I have in my skills. No, not my skills, my abilities.
I'll spare you. It was actually an orc, not a demon.
Orc. I'm trying to find where it was in the notes.
Oh yeah, did you take notes?
I added a note somewhere about features.
Doesn't look like you have any notes in the notes section. So is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, I thought I put it somewhere on like my adding to one of my abilities. It was the mountain something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That's right. Northern Mountain Demon. Yep.
Northern Mountain Demon. Okay. And so.
Oh yeah. Why isn't that? That should have been on your abilities. You're right.
Would I put that in features, traits, or proficiencies?
Probably features.
Okay. Features, adding +1 to that Red Mountain Demons.
Northern Mountain Demons.
Northern Mountain Demons.
Do I do
so
one of eyes know what that is?
I will teach all of you guys about that creature and its vulnerabilities, such that if we come across one, we can slightly kick its ass better. But I'll teach you that next time we settle down for a long rest, because it's a lot to go over, and we've still got some more scouting and stuff to do.
Does one of me's know what that is?
That's an excellent question. 1 second.
I mean, to be honest with everybody here, I have a grave suspicion that at least one of these, the body of the person I'm inhabiting might have been a demon worshiper, but I don't know.
Why don't you roll an insight check for me? 12 or better is what you're looking for.
I gotcha.
Okay. You don't have any like concrete information. Like there's nothing in your brain that's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. That's this guy. On the other hand, the phrase Northern Mountain Demon conjures up a sort of like Machop-esque silhouette of a multi-armed creature.
Oh
Like
damn!
a humanoid with multiple arms. But like you can't really like crystallize the image in your head.
I share this information.
Okay.
You motherfucker! That is spooky.
So if we find Goro for Mortal Kombat,
right?
This is how we fight it. Gotcha. Right in the armpits.
Well, I can define sense, right? I can just kind of do that.
I mean, you have a certain number of uses per long rest, but divine sense is not like consulting a Pokedex. You know what I mean?
Oh no! It's like, does that smell like evil? Yes, no. But I think I've actually already done this, and he doesn't smell like evil.
Well, you guys have not met a Northern Mountain Demon yet, so.
No, I mean Verde's character.
Yeah, no. Verde's character. Right.
I believe I have already employed divine sense to make sure he's not,
Oh no, I'm fine. And also, you can trust that Miguel is also fine too. Like if I'm going to be honest with all of you here at the party, it's the body that I have no idea where his history comes from.
Right.
I thought the top floor was kind of interesting because it gives me the feeling that there's some sort of activation mechanism related to the painting. I couldn't quite figure it out. It's very interesting the way that it's adorned. On the west side, there is there's a fire pit in the middle, and it's surrounded by 4 chains that have kind of some ceramic or stone posts holding them up. Within there's some gaps between the chains.
They kind of like sketch out a space rather than like really contain it. Yeah,
the posts and stuff. So, inside that little arena of doom in the middle, there's big flaming cauldron sort of thing, giant brazier sort of thing, with 2 different versions of Demira in front of it. One with a round base made of white marble with her arms outstretched leaning forward, and the other is the onyx with a squared base with chamfered corners on another square base, with arms kind of down and maybe a little forward by comparison. I guess the other odd thing on the left, on the it was the left, but also the west, there were 2 lion statues kind of guarding the sealed doorway, and on the east, where there was the painting in the center, there were 2 onyx demon looking things, statues flanking it. So to the west was a sealed door, the one I was saying. It had a crack, but I couldn't spider my way through it because it felt like I was just going up against an invisible collider. So that might be a secret area to some extent. I'm not sure who uses it. And then kind of went up a little, checked around a little further, and pretty much just leads down on the other side. I saw a nifty looking shield, but I don't think anybody needs an extra shield, and I can't really confirm that it's magical, though it help us in any way.
I mean, I know how to use a shield, but
do you want a shield?
I'm proficient in shields.
Well, maybe.
By the way, that's how I got my 19.
Yeah, don't you have a shield?
I do. Just if it's a magic shield, you might be able to get me all the way up to 20.
I see what you're saying.
If it's a magic shield, I don't know if it's a magic shield.
And I mean, 20 AC barbarian
Pretty sick.
is a level of bullshit.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's just throw them at the problem and wait.
Right.
Well, you still got to make your saving throws.
Yes.
So that's most of what it was up there. That whole room was flanked on the east and west at both the north and south entrances with the normal marble knight statues that we've been seeing throughout the place. So that's what I saw of those. Now, I went into the basement as well, and I found a lot of what don't appear to be necessarily dead ends so much as things where I simply couldn't, as a spider, fully investigate, have the strength and weight, etc., to manipulate if there was like a torch I had to turn or something like that. But there appear to be secret hallways. There appear to be tombs of what may potentially have been sets of, I think, about 3 to 5 groups at a time. I don't know if they were former adventurers or if they were other church dignitaries or what, but the catacomb had a lot of places that I couldn't quite explore, I believe, and things that maybe hid some potential useful goods should we be able to access and figure them out. But of course, there's also the issue that there were, I want to say priests, not acolytes, but priests patrolling around down there. Maybe they were acolytes.
You saw a priest patrolling around, at least one. You actually caught sight of priests walking around multiple times, but I'm not going to confirm or deny how many priests you saw.
Yeah,
so much I saw.
I didn't get a good look at any of them to know what.
And then the other group you saw were the 5 acolytes that were cleaning up that sort of like chapel tomb area.
Yeah, cleaning it up and checking out the skulls, and that well just kind of went straight down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it didn't have any like apparatus for pulling water up either. So like, it's a pit. Maybe it's a well,
Yeah. Some sort of chute that they put something down. Maybe you don't want to go down there with it. And that was, that was it. There was just a lot of tombs, a lot of places where there were what appeared to be dead ends, but
you did find that sundial.
Oh yeah, I did find a sundial. I can't remember where it's out on the.
Here, let me control your token. I'll drag you over there.
It was kind of interesting. It had 6 places for torches to be lit around it, and I couldn't really find any rhyme or reason to what the significance would be of lighting them all.
Oh, you don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
Wait, well, yeah, that dark place you're standing in is where you would be.
Wait, let's see. No, I guess I wouldn't have dark vision.
Halflings don't have dark vision, huh?
No, guess not. That's why I use the maybe
the spider.
Yeah, maybe the ones with the sunlight sensitivity do.
But yeah, you do not have dark vision in your senses.
Nope. But I was a spider. That's why I was able to see.
Yeah, I was going to say the dark area that you're in right now is where it was at. But yeah, that token can't see it. Let me see if I can pull your spider on. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, that's good.
Did that help?
Yes. All right. There was what appeared to be like a knocker or a tie down, or what is that thing on the left?
A metal ring. I don't remember if you tried pulling on it or not.
Well, I'm a spider. I'm not. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, right. You were a spider, so no, yeah. So like, all you could really tell is that it's a metal ring on the wall. Maybe like a door knocker or something like that.
Okay, and so there was some sort of knocker. There were 6 sconces for torches that were set in kind of certain positions, and a sundial. And I get an odd feeling that if you light the right ones and then you hit the knocker, something will open.
So many jokes. Not gonna make them.
Grab the knocker, squeeze it hard, and then bash
Get your hands on the knockers.
All about the things. You gotta light the right things and then go for the knocker. Okay.
Boob jokes.
Jokes.
All right. That was kind of the extent of what I could find, but like I said, there were a few others. There was a couple where the torches were at the end of some sort of dead end in some sort of way that definitely didn't give me the sense that it was.
Yeah, you found a couple of dead ends
sealed.
that were straight up suspicious. Yeah.
So those might require a little bit more investigation. Not sure, I could always go back in as a spider and then run around not as a spider, try to sneak about, and then become as the spider when it's time to leave, or if I think I'm in danger of being caught. But I don't think it's going to be, I doubt they're just going to go back to their normal patrol patterns when they see that somebody try to open the door or successfully open the door to some secret area that the patrols missed and was unauthorized.
That's a good bet.
So that being said, I don't know what more we can do specifically in the cathedral while, during business hours as a group in these, areas we haven't really fully explored. Now, that said, if I'm not mistaken, there are other parts to the cathedral. Snipe, I'm asking you this. This isn't the only building of it. There's a couple other buildings.
Right. So in addition to the cathedral itself, there is a monastery. There is something it's mostly like behind gates and shrubs, so it's hard to tell, but there is something that looks like it's probably like a high priest's residence or something like that. And then there are a couple of like crypts and memorial buildings as well. Most of the priests of the temple don't actually live on the hilltop, though.
Gotcha. When you say memorial buildings, you mean funerary, not like...
Correct. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I don't expect they would necessarily meet in those because that would seem suspicious.
Yeah, that's pretty culty, right?
I don't think they're trying to raise suspicion in that sort of way. So I think the next spot we should investigate is the monastery, because it sounds like that might be a prime location to have, rooms and rooms and rooms to hide things away and do sneaky church stuff. If you guys are down for that, we can go back and we can check that area out. Now, what do we know anything about the monastery? Have we been told anything? Is it you just go in at any time? Is it the sort of thing where you have to go in during specific services? What?
The monastery is not open to the public.
Okay.
To be fair, what oh god, what was your name?
Alien?
Yeah, what Alestri, that was her name. What Alestri told you. Alestri Bias was her name, by the way.
Olestra.
Alestri.
Right. Don't get too much of that girl.
Right. Just blow you right out. Yeah.
Only good in small amounts.
Right. But yeah, no, what she actually told you is that she knows that the absolvers meet somewhere in the cathedral after the evening services on oh god, was that fifth night? Something like that. On whatever night tonight is. I'm pretty sure that was fifth night though.
On tonight night.
So she didn't think you were going to need to go into other buildings.
Okay. So there's definitely rooms in there that I can simply walk into unless they're magically locked. The only one that I can't is the stone door. And so that's
right,
why
and whatever that sundial does, if it does something.
Yeah, that's I suppose the other is that there's likely some hidden rooms in the catacombs. Now, I'm kind of the mind that these guys wouldn't notice a spider clinging to their robes. And so it might just be as easy as grabbing onto one and finding some like fold or pocket or something that I can kind of, hang out in and avoid being visibly noticed.
You're going to bug them.
Yes.
I
might very well bug them.
See what he did?
And then it doesn't matter where they go because I will be there regardless. That said, if we can find some sort of tinkerer who can make some sort of like two-way communication device, or rather even a one-way communication device, it only has to last for a day. So, I mean, I guess I could tinker something even. Am I that kind of gnome?
Really? Like, you hold this tin can, I have my tin can. And when I
I'm not a gnome, I'm a halfling. Of course I can tinker.
Oh, really? We're going to perpetuate that?
Okay, no. Halflings can tinker. Excuse me. They're magnificent.
It's just small fingers, man.
No, for them it's the pudgy fingers relative to the size of everything. Anyway,
I'm just saying, the whole trick is the reason gnomes can make smaller gears than human beings is because they're smaller people than human beings. Let's not wow it up where they make giant ass gears, because that's dumb.
Okay, and they're also fuck off smart.
Sure enough, but they have smaller fingers, so they can make.
But halflings have like sausage fingers and hairy feet. So,
derp, derp, derp. They don't make it. Like, there's no hobbit tinkerers. I mean, you could be a tinkerer. I am not a racist.
More like cooks.
There are plenty of hobbit tinkerers, I'm sure.
Right? Hobbits can tinker. Sure enough.
Craft and ceramics and cloths and stuff like that.
Like, what if one hung out with their gnomish girlfriend's family for a long time and learned the ways of the gear?
There was a water wheel in Hobbits.
Indeed,
right, there was a right.
Well, even human beings can make a water wheel.
So the cathedral after hours. Okay.
Taste a rave there.
Did she tell us what after hours, like what time range that sort of is?
After service.
She did. The final service is at it's 24 hours. So is at 17th bell. And their meeting happens after those services conclude. So probably sometime around 1830, 1900.
Oh, it is AA.
Okay. I checked all the times and everything with the arena ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to make amends?
Yeah, don't forget the arena starts their actual fight at 2200.
Oh, right.
Have we done our fights, or has that yet to happen?
That was last night. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought we did our fights, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the magic fights,
This
whatever
is
that
Nero's.
entails.
Ah, all right. Are we going to show to support? Are we going to show up to support you?
Yeah.
I pat him on the back,
Cool.
and I go, no.
No, Yellow's going to be doing the
I need to do
scouting
my AA
information
meeting.
Well, if I'm not fighting,
I'm
not, because I lost I was pretty rubbed out pretty quick. I'll show up in the audience just to watch Nero.
Sure.
You should do that. I'll be at my AA meeting. It's literally right across the street.
Well, what's funny is, yeah, this sounds like an AA meeting, doesn't it? But yeah, I'll totally show up if I know Nero's going to go fight and I'm not fighting anymore, which I'm not. I'll go show up in the stand.
Yeah, these are mage fights, so you probably wouldn't have wanted to fight this one anyway.
Nah, yeah, not my thing. No, but
I mean, technically, as a paladin, you could, but you'd be like, gimped.
And gimped in one way and cheating in another, right?
Well, no, you'd be gimped because half of your abilities are combat abilities, not spell casting.
Yes, okay, that's true. And all my spells are heals and things that make that not happen, or things that make it better, But that said, like, my basic channel divinity is, if you do something hostile, it happens back to you, bitch. I'm essentially a keto.
Right. You only get 2 of those per log rest, though, so...
I agree, but I'm magical Aikido. But I'm even Aikido from a distance. I'm like, hey, I saw you smack that little bunny rabbit, so, whack! Take it.
Yep, you should feel that.
Yep, take it. That's what it's like to smack a bunny rabbit. How you like that? Call me fucking frou-frou. Get on.
It's a meme gun.
Right.
Kind of is, right? Only for violence, though. It has to only be violence.
So you said that was the cathedral we checked out. There's the monastery. There's the different funerary buildings, and there's the residence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm to be clear, I'm not saying explicitly that is a residence. I'm saying that's kind of the scope that you got, like secluded governor's mansion vibe,
Should I check that building out? Because I think I'm the only one that's going to be able to do it sneakily. So I'm asking the rest of you guys, is that the sort of thing that you'd be interested in having me do?
Can't pop this into the chat the way I can in Roll20. That's too bad.
Yeah, you can. You just drag the dragon head into chat.
I tried to do. All right, I'll try it again.
Just to the dragon head.
Yeah, all right, I'll try it.
Watson can help with that too, can't he?
I'm getting thirsty here. I'm gonna go AFK for just a moment, maybe like 5 minutes.
Cool. Okay.
You guys can probably start doing whatever you guys are gonna do.
Oh, there we go.
I think
YOLO. That's
probably gonna take a little bit.
All right. I'll take a second. Most of my not quite soft drink is gone. I can make another one.
Just taking a 5-minute break then?
Yeah. Did you see that, YOLO? I put it in the chat.
Yeah, I did.
You said you were okay with that. That's the actual description of what it does.
I wasn't saying that like critically. No, I was okay for the meme gun to be gimped by violence.
Yeah, well, no, I just wanted you to see the text so you can read what it is. It's called Rebuke the Violent, and it's part of, like, remember, I was almost thinking I'd be a monk, but it turns out there's a particular kind of paladin that's better for what I am. Because what I really am is sort of like, I'm that guy that in the middle of high school went Tai Chi. And it's like, nah, man, like, you gotta understand that everything happens kind of in part of the circle and the cycle. Like, you have to, like, be part of it. Like, you know, I'm an emissary of peace. I rebuke the violent, you know? These are my channel divinities. Emissary of peace and rebuke the violent. Nah, mellow out. Come on. Better. That's charisma. And if you don't respond to my charisma and you hurt my friends or you hurt me, I can be like, what? And it all comes back to you. Like, no. Don't kick me in the face. You're kicking yourself in the face.
You're the perfect secondary tank to my tank, because I literally don't have charisma or really much of a wisdom.
Yeah, dude, we're totally simpatico. That's dope. Yep, peace, innocence, right? Violence is a weapon of the last resort. But I'm like, why are you kicking yourself in the face? Every time you hurt me or my friends, you hurt yourself.
Yeah,
only twice between long rests.
Complete rational violence.
Yeah, I'm like the Aikido paladin. I can't strike at you, but every time you strike at me, you strike at yourself, my friend. All right, be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink too. The Absolved Anonymous.
Absolvers Anonymous.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, right.
That's pretty funny.
Let the biosphere go. And
No. The only reason I say that is because, check it out. If he doesn't care. I think part of it is the fact that I do it for a living, though. So I'm like, well, no. Yeah, exactly. It's like I do it for a living, so it's like I like the TV show Upload, but if you watch the TV show Upload with me and we sit and smoke bowls while we watch it, you will hear me more than once be like, "You never code that bad." Right? Oh, well, shit, that only happened because you did this for the show. Like in real life, this would be a thing. It's still a fun show.
all open mic'd. Probably can only hear one side.
Yeah, snippets.
What do you think of Spinoza, Snipe Hunter?
Fuck. I I think that Spinoza is a pretty well-known Jewish philosopher. And that I generally stray away from the philosophers that talk about God.
Oh yeah, no, good point.
What was that? No one needs to hear it when you're peeing on a live stream. No, what were you saying?
Verde asked me my thoughts on Spinoza.
What are your thoughts on Spinoza?
Actually, I dodged the question because I was like, Spinoza is one of those that talks about God. I generally don't like
Talk about God.
I don't really do those philosophers.
They're all
interesting,
wait,
though.
hold up, no, hold up. They're all
Stop. So let me get in my bit, and then you can go on your tirade, right? So
I want tirade.
I generally feel the same way, but Spinoza's a little different, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. You're not even gonna mention Heidegger. You're not gonna like lean into what's his fucking head that now I've had some drinks and smoked some weed tonight, so I can't remember his name. Not even Kant. No, fuck Kant. Homeboy whose whole purpose was to cross the natural philosophers with, God, because he was like, oh shit. Not what Thoreau? Did you say Thoreau?
I did.
Thomas Aquinas?
Not Thoreau. Not Aquinas, though I like Thomas Aquinas. That's a whole other thing. Aquinas was cool. No, man.
The Russian guy who wrote Brothers Karamazov?
No, shit. I'm so sad that we're not hitting on it right away. And I'm also so sad that my brain has been paralyzed enough by drugs and alcohol. Well, alcohol is a drug. By things that I can't just pull it out my ass. But there's a guy that's like, but not even Hegel. Come on. Hegel.
Yeah, no, I said it wasn't Hegel.
Certainly not. No, but there was dude that was like he's romantically wanting to like match philosophy with his belief in God, and I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the earlier.
Kelly?
Not for Kelly. For Kelly's like advanced even. No, we're not going to find it. I'm not going to find it.
Pascal?
Oh, please. Pascal's wager is I believe in God because if I don't, well, shit, I'm not wrong.
No, it's I don't. I better believe in God because if I'm wrong, I'd be fucked.
Well, it's yes. Yeah. Vice versa. And yes, also, it's I might as well, because if God's real, woohoo, I win. And if God's not, well, I don't lose.
Right, exactly. If I'm wrong, I'm fucked.
I like the
Unless
Instead, I disagree, Pascal, because if you're wrong and God isn't real, then you didn't fuck all those whores and you didn't do all those whatever things that would have come on, man.
No,
you were afraid of God.
The side of it for me that I always appreciate was the Far Side Comics interpretation is when you get to the pearly gates, it's in fact Zeus, not Saint Peter, and then you realize, oh fuck.
Yep.
Well, the other Pascal's wager is sure. Do you believe in God, or do you believe in Zeus, or do you believe in any of the other potential? There's a whole list. What of all the Hindu deities? What of fucking what's the one? The Baha'i faith. What of there's a million.
Zoroaster?
What about Zoroastrianism?
Right.
Zoroastrianism? There's a million. Yeah. There's a lot. And what of all of those, Pascal? What do you say now? They're mutually exclusive relationships, bro. A lot of them say you can't be a member of the other club. So then what? Pascal.
Is it just that most of those gods don't condemn you for not believing? ...
Well, some do and some, yeah, exactly. Well, luckily, the whole Hindu sect they don't give any fuck.
So, honestly, most of them don't.
Buddha's not a god. People that are like, but you can't be a Buddhist and also be a blank are wrong.
Right. It's also true of Scientology, weirdly enough.
I think that's also true. Yeah. You heard it here, folks.
What have you guys been doing then?
During this time?
Break.
Just bullshitting. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody got drinks.
We're all waiting for you to come back. Yeah. Is game on? Game on.
Is Watts back?
What?
Well, if not, we can keep bullshitting.
I'm just sitting here munching.
All right.
I doubt anyone really wants to listen to me eat wheat thins.
Wheat thins?
I'd rather eat wheat thins, but
I'm more of a
wheat thins? Hey!
What was that, Snipe?
I said I'm more of a Triscuit guy.
You know, they're both
Oh
good.
man, I fucking love a Triscuit.
Not sponsors. None of those are sponsors. Their companies aren't sponsors. Their parents' companies not sponsor.
Dude, if someone wants to pay me to advocate for Triscuits are pretty fucking delicious. So they're made with the Tri-States electrical grid. That's what makes them a Triscuit.
Maybe,
Do you know that?
Maybe you'll get that sponsorship when the
TYL.
You get those 2 gin sponsorships you were trying to bid for last time to finally battle it out.
Hendrix.
That's right. Ryan Reynolds, man, come on. You know you want.
Hendrix and who else?
It was Hendrix and Aviator. Yeah, I was about to say
Aviator's
Airline, but Airline is not
Airline.
Airline gin.
I know it's Ryan Reynolds and he does that stunt gimmick marketing shit. So come on, man, we could be your stunt gimmick.
I would be happy to be your stunt gimmick, my friend. I drink gin. I like
please
gin.
Don't give me the spirit flavor of Airline gin.
Airline, right? Ew.
You like take the top off and it just smells like farts.
Aviator's pretty delicious also. I mean, they're both...
Yeah, Aviator's pretty good, actually.
They're both
Hendrix is also very good. Yeah.
Hendrix is my fave right now, but I mean, Aviator...
And just as last week, still not sponsors.
Dude, I have no sponsors. The DOP crew have no sponsors.
Yes, well, I will continue that you're not the only channel that's live right now.
Oh, that's true. I also believe that the legendary Neurotoxin channel does not have any actual sponsors. I could be incorrect.
Not any, no, but I'm also not working on it. Maybe I should have been.
The Dope Crew is open to sponsorship for a particular slice of humanity, but there are some that we would directly just not take, but there are some that we would, and we're not going to say which those are right now.
Right. I mean, it's not like we're actively looking for sponsors either.
No, I know, but I'd be happy to take a few. I have some financial difficulties. Money would be nice.
That's not D&D stuff, so let's get back to D&D stuff.
Indeed. 1 hour till the toast. Tell your friend.
Yeah. We get some spying done here at the end of last mass. Maybe I even attend mass as a semi-distraction for them after I meet up with Molog. Yeah.
Molog.
Yeah, is that your guys' plan?
I'm super interested in meeting with Molog, but I'm not. My plan is that I'm going to go watch Nero do his.
That happens after the last mass, which we need to be spying on these guys.
Yeah, and so
in that case, we're going to last mass.
Well, no, what I'm doing right now, because last mass is still a few hours away, is that I'm going to go to that maybe residence, official building, etc. Scope it out, and then come back with enough time to rest for an hour before we go out, so I've got both my wild shapes back.
That makes sense.
Well, if you're going to go do that, then I should probably just rest. Like, can I get a long rest out of this?
Long rest is 8 hours.
Ah, shit.
What would you need a long rest for? You get punched in the dick somewhere?
No.
He wants one of his divine senses back. I think that's the only thing he's used that would come back right now.
Yeah, you might be right. I was actually just stepping through all my abilities and things. I'm like, I haven't used any of my spells or anything.
That's what I was thinking. What does divine sense even refresh on? Is it long rest or short rest?
I'm not sure, actually. I don't use it often enough to know.
Why don't you check that real quick?
It's
the wound.
Hold up. Divine sense. Boom, 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 boom. Doodly-doo.
Long rest.
A number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier long rest regens.
Okay, you've used it once. It's cool. It's fine.
Yeah, my charisma mod.
Get 4.
Dude, I get 4 of them. Yeah, I was gonna say my charisma mod is +3, so
you're good.
I'm G2G.
Okay. All right.
Well, in that case, what am I going to do? I'm going to go fucking down. Are we in an inn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I go gamble? Can I go downstairs and fucking play dice?
No.
What?
They don't have any gambling.
What?
Does the other one?
Maybe, actually. I mean, probably? Question mark. You get a lot more sailors than the other one, so.
What's Verde up to?
Neither one is a gambling house, though, so it would just be people. You know what I mean?
Oh,
sure. I'm just bored. I want to go watch Neuro when he goes and does his magic fight. I personally am not really into going back into the arena. I'm gonna hang around Verde and make sure he doesn't get himself fucking killed. But in the meantime, like looking for some action.
Well,
maybe play some dice.
Okay. So if we have time before we have to go to mass, and in after the mass, that's 17 bells, right? The matches don't start, and we don't have to be there until 22 bells, right?
Correct.
All right, that's 6 bells. Yeah.
Are you counting bells for us, ma'am?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's 6 bells worth of hours that we have to spy on these folk. Okay? Right now, we have much time before that even happens. And if I remember correctly, the time limit for me meeting Molog is only constrained by do it at least before Final Mass so that I can make that connection and then get to Final Mass with him and maybe act as a distraction of sorts to make it easier for you guys to...
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, like, she didn't say go meet him today between X and Y either. You could do that anytime you wanted, you know?
Yeah. Actually, that just... You confirming that just helps. I'm only putting that stipulation there because of our plan.
So what you're saying is I could go with you and I could see Molog. I could watch this Molog shit go down, and then we could still make mass, and then I could still go watch Neuro in the arena.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my plan. That is my plan.
Even you guys have about 4 hours between now and when services start. And then you have like more time after that before you actually have to be back at the arena.
If Jory, if you're gonna stick with me, then I look to Phalion and Watson. I guess it's up to you guys to storm the castle while we're making a hassle.
I mean, we'll scout out what we can.
I'm assuming mass happens at the same place that you're trying to infiltrate, or we're trying to infiltrate. So.
Well, it happens in the complex at the top of the hill, but it happens in the cathedral, not in the other buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, probably that big room in the center would make sense.
Yeah. So I just figure that we can be at least loud or something to at least off-put the people, make them less
well, the
inclined to notice you if you're subtle.
Right. The guild is like pretty far away from where like sound probably wouldn't even carry that far. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not what I'm suggesting. The reason why I have to meet Molog before that is because didn't the priestess suggest that Molog and I could go to mass together? That he would kind of do that.
I mean, to be fair, kind of, but like she was more talking in broad general sense that he could probably offer you some guidance and might have a common connection being an adventurer himself.
Oh, absolutely. I don't have to go.
She was basically like, I mean, honestly, she was basically like, why don't you go join the cult instead of talk to me? You know?
Well, that's even better, because if I can convince Molog to come to mass with me, that would make a commotion. I mean, Molog is a half troll.
Sure, but I mean, what's the best way to put this? Once you're in the church, you're a person who's in the church, not what you were before. You know? You're one of the good ones.
Absolutely. That's why
one of us.
That's why I have to be the impetus, me and Jory at least, to some kind of commotion that is at least a little distracting, right? That's the you see at least the idea or the plan that I am thinking of?
Oh, yeah. I was just making sure that you understood the nuance that was presented to you. I don't want to interfere with your plans or anything.
I just figured I'd be loud. Make a
Just be
spectacle.
loud. Like, we're just gonna jump in and make a bunch of noise?
Not exactly, no. We're gonna Waldorf and what's his name?
Oh. You mean we're gonna mock them from a distance out loud? Har, har, har!
Except we're gonna pretend that we have existential dread.
What? What is... Wait. What's the plan again?
I look to Watson and Phalion. This is just my side of the plan. Like, if they need to figure out where these guys are meeting and
Yeah, when mass is over, I'm supposed to follow them to their secret meeting spot.
Well, and that you wanted to do on the down low, right?
Yes.
and
I'm
so
gonna be honest. I'm not sure. I'm kind of like the carrier for him afterwards because I'm not. Cupcake Bro's not going to have enough range on the inside.
yeah, I was looking.
It's okay. Yeah, no, it's just I was getting to the very outer edge of where I can share sense with Cupcake Bro. Like Cupcake could go in and just, if need be, do a distraction thing for. Excuse me. For him, if need be. But I can't guarantee that he'll know when to do it because he'll be outside of my range and I won't actually be directly controlling.
Yeah.
Because, like,
So
if we know for sure, like, it was going to be the second floor, I would just have to hide myself near the edge of the building, close to the second floor, to like be in range. But if it's actually on the top, no. Also, I've been meditating. Did we talk about the things that we saw at the very top floor about the statue?
Oh, Neuro kind of talked about it, but you guys didn't really go into detail. While you guys are talking, you hear a series of explosions in the distance, like the booms of cannons. And there's a relatively large commotion as people run outside. On the other hand, you don't hear any like screams or alarm bells, so it is a little weird.
Is there a festival today? Did I miss that memo?
No, I'm wondering if one of the ships did, like a desk pop, basically. It just started, firing off for funsies.
YOLO, they sound like fireworks.
Sound like fireworks.
Huh. Maybe I'm wrong.
Weird.
As you guys are wondering what that was, you also hear kind of like steam pipe, like not exactly like cathedral steam organ, but like calliope organ style music,
Oh, no.
Almost like circus music. And then you realize as you're listening, kind of out your window, that the noise from the street is more like murmurations of approval and joy than anything else. As you look out the window of your room, which actually looks on the alley, so you can't see too much, but as you look up into the sky, you do see a pair of griffins pulling a carriage, as well as several other flying animals pulling various types of carts and wagons. It looks like the carnival is in town.
Interesting.
I like animals.
And they're flying from the water, like not actually in the water, but like from the direction of the water over the city to the east.
But the church is going to hate that. Maybe. I don't know.
That could be a really good distraction.
Where does it look like they're coming to land at?
Does the church...
It looks like from what you're seeing that they're flying over the city, so they're very likely to be landing in the clearing on the east side, outside of the city.
I see.
Was that a check that you wanted to make intentionally?
Yeah,
Yolo?
yeah. Does the church and the circus have any, like, beef?
Okay, so as you consider the question, you receive a system message that tells you that the world event, the Witchlight Carnival, is currently active. And there is no mention of any interaction between the church and the carnival.
Witchlight Carnival?
Correct.
Say that out loud. This is apparently the Witchlight Carnival. Is there like a hyperlink feature? Can I click on Witchlight Carnival?
Oh, you mean to learn more?
Yes.
You can try. Unfortunately, it does not do anything. There is, in fact, a hyperlink, like in the sense that you can tell that there is a term, Witchlight Carnival, that you can click on. However, eye clicking it doesn't actually do anything, as if it's a dead link.
Question: is it the same color as the links that we've previously seen?
Yeah.
So it means we must learn of this link.
If I throw insight, could I do it? See if I know anything about it.
Yeah, sure.
I know Jack.
Yeah, you don't even get the screen, sadly. Verde, one thing that you do notice on the screen is that there is a cooldown timer in the corner, and the cooldown timer seems to be 8 years long.
Me, though.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait, cooldown on what?
On the Witchlight Carnival World event.
Yeah, do you see my roll?
So once every 8 years? Okay.
Yeah, you get the same screen that Verde does.
Oh, that it's there, but it's not unlocked?
Well, that there is a world event active with an 8-year cooldown called the Witchlight Carnival.
That's all I get, though?
Right.
Zombie.
I stand up, stretch a bit, and I
Holy shit! Who knew?
Empty cups.
Pardon me.
And then
God damn it.
I look to everyone, and I'm like, yes, Jory?
Okay. Well, first of all, the goddamn it is that this will cost me money in real life.
Oh, do you find the soundscape that you wanted?
Or are you buying the Witchlight Carnival soundscape?
There are fucking 4 of them!
Sure, of course there are.
So yes, but hold on a moment. Also, they're fucking premium price. What are we playing? Some recent content? God damn.
I got a question for you. What you considering premium content price?
$14 goddamn dollars for number 1 of 4.
Oh, that's not premium. Premium's like 20 plus.
Well, if you bought all 4, it'd be 40 bucks.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's actually more than the Witchlight Carnival.
Then the Witchlight fucking... Exactly, right? Thank you. God damn it, how much of these should I buy? Oh, look, this one's free and I just don't have... Oh, I already have this one. Oh, cool.
Looking at Jory's temporary spasm, I then look at
I'm twitching. I'm twitching because wait.
say that I'm gonna go get more drinks from Growth. And I go
Carnival
to
encounters and
investigate what the Witchlight Carnival is.
okay, we're gonna
I'm
go.
gonna go with I'm gonna go with YOLO because I'm curious because I like carnivals.
Yeah,
Already
sounds
in
like
my
a
cart.
good
Oh
idea.
wait, these are all included in the one. All
You
right,
should
hold up.
ask him
Let me
about
buy
it.
them.
And
Yeah, okay. So everybody, now that the carnival has flown over, everybody has sort of like poured back into the common room, but they're all like a light, grins on their faces, talking about how much fun the carnival was when they were younger, and it's been years since the carnival has come back. 8 years, in fact. And like generally, it seems like it's a source of fun and games from what you can hear. I mean, even Growth is pretty excited, and he's talking about maybe shutting the inn down for a day so that he and the wife could go play.
Sounds fun. Okay. So
Do you have specific questions that you wanted to ask people, though?
What's this all about? What's the Witchlight? What's the celebration?
Growth says nobody actually knows. Nobody even really knows where the Witchlight Carnival comes from. It just sort of shows up.
Oh shit! I get them all. Oh, you know what? They all come on one purchase. I just got all of them in one purchase. So you know what? I take it all back. They're awesome. They're awesome people. Those Sirenscape folks.
Yep. I'm gonna
Give
guess
a dope hat to them.
Right. I'm gonna guess that there's a way to buy the sound pack for all of the content that the carnival is a part of. Right.
Correct. Yeah. So when I bought the one, I got it all. So hey, again, not a sponsor, but we use your product a lot.
as you're saying, sir,
Yeah. Nobody really knows where it comes from. It stops in a few different places the year that it shows up, and it stays, for a couple of weeks at each location, and then disappears for 8 years and comes back. But every year, it's always full of fun and games and wonders and amazements that you don't generally find anywhere else.
who normally
First night-
runs the show?
Oh.
Is there like a madam or a master of ceremony?
Oh yeah, there absolutely is. Growth does not know their name, but he thinks that there's some sort of elf in that dark skin, triangle ears, but he's never actually seen that kind of elf before. He's only ever seen them when they do the opening of the carnival.
Ooh, we're supposed to talk to
Insight. Is that a... Oh, that's not going to... Never mind.
You know what I can do? I can do this one more time, but only once per day.
Not worth it. Save it for one of the other checks.
Okay.
Like, we both recognize the skin color, etc. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we're supposed to talk to elves, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll have questions for that later.
Generally, though, you do know that those are probably not the same elves.
Right. Just from previous tabletop experience.
Do we? Do we actually know that these are not those elves?
Well, I mean that you can deduce from his description of dark skin, long pointed ears, that elves of that nature are unusual, so they're probably not the elves figured in, prominently all of the hero stories of this religion.
Okay. Good point.
I have a question, Gralf. Is there... I've heard rumors of an underground, like networking caves and stuff where people live.
He scratches his chin, thinks about it for a moment, kind of tugs on the fur of his chin, and then says, do you mean... no, I don't... I'm not sure I understand. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Like, I'd heard rumors like massive underground cave network. Like, had a lot of subterranean races that normally don't like to see the daylight for various reasons. It's called
he shakes his head and he says, "No, I mean, there are certainly caves, especially over
by the wind shear, right?
Well, no, I mean, sure, the wind shear might have, like, you might find caverns there, but I mean, the Scablands and the Forsaken Sands, there's probably a lot of caves and stuff over there. But I don't think there's no like, I don't even know how to describe what you're talking about exactly, but there's certainly no world underground, and he sort of like makes air quotes with his mouth.
God, no, nothing like that. Is there a spider goddess? I mean, just a goddess who's a spider? No.
I would never mock the gods, my friend. That usually ends up poorly for everyone.
I sneer.
Well, since it's going to be here for a while,
what are they going to do? Kill me and bring me back to life in another world?
Is the first night particularly important, or are there any special nights we should hold out?
Well, I mean, the first night's always important in the sense that, you know, it's opening night, and so they do like a little ceremony before the big top show and like that kind of stuff. But as far as like missing out on anything, you're not really going to miss out on anything more than like a speech. Growth says, like, if you've got things to do tonight, you don't need to worry about being there tonight. It'll be here for a few weeks.
Interesting.
He says the real big contest actually comes at the end of their stretch when they crown the monarch of the Witchlight Carnival, and there's prizes and a whole party. It's really fun.
Ooh, how do you become the number one?
Yes.
You have to do a bunch of stuff in the carnival. Like when I went last time, there was kind of like a scavenger hunt that you had to do, and then you had to like conquer the Hall of Illusions. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, but really, I mean, honestly, between you and me, it's a way to sell tickets to the attractions, right? You got to go to all of them.
Makes a lot of sense.
Interesting. Out of curiosity, what did the Monarch get last year? Like, I mean, obviously they get crowned and like the big scene, but is there like a cool shiny that you get to take home?
Yeah. It's different. It's different every time. At least that's what the folks who had been to the one prior told me when I went last time. But yeah, there's like a chest, and when you get a crown and a scepter, and then you push your scepter on the chest, and the chest opens, and then you get what's inside, and it's usually something very interesting.
What sort of things?
He says, well, let's see. Last year was a little house, except that when you threw it to the ground, it became a bigger house that you could sleep in.
Hey. That's a hut. Tiny house. Got a tiny hut, right? I know tiny hut, right? Somebody gave him a little amulet at tiny hut. What's that cost? Neuro, what's that cost?
The equivalent of a scroll of tiny hut. Like $250. I want to say maybe $500.
Right. That's all right. Yeah. Like, what's the,
That's not bad. Have they ever had a critter come out of there?
Oh, not that I know of. That'd be funny though.
Right? But it's things like that. It's not like weapons or armor or anything.
No. It's all harmless fun.
Fun goodies and stuff. Okay. Now, you're saying it makes a real house that just is there permanently, or just for a night?
Just for
a period. Yeah.
It turns back into a little house when you leave it.
Oh,
we know the spell. This is old school, dude. It's old school. We know this.
That's fantastic. Oh no, that's the version that you just described is much more potent. Yeah, no,
it's actually closer to the what is that, Mystic Manor or whatever the other one is called.
It's actually late. It's DMG, but it's DMG first edition, like late pages first edition. It's like back in the back of the book. I remember it from my own.
That's more like OG Tiny Hut or something. That's neat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it was like there was a whole segment on little figurines you could make, figurines of power or something like that, figurines of something power, and then like you could do different things, and they were just spells, and like you could throw it to the ground and it would summon a thing, and like Tiny Hut was one of them. But then there was like
Panther
beasts.
was originally, yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. That's how he got his Panther. It was a figurine of wonder. Yeah.
Figurine of wonder. That's what they're called. Figurine of wonder. Yeah, I'd say Twitch my fucking rabbit nose.
Neat. Well, there we go. That's actually a much more valuable and potent sort of item, though. We're talking like tens of thousands. Like that's.
Now I want a rabbit suit like my badger suit. I'm kind of coming to
like a rabbit suit.
I'm kind of coming to love Jory Diddlington, but I really do love, Badger Boy.
Jory J. Ixnay on the END day.
Jory D.
In front of the Oakelsley. You're confusing them.
What? Yeah. But I mean, Twitch knows.
Anyway. My eyes got glazed over. Anyways, okay. Nifty.
Well, all right.
Kind of want to make sure we get to that tonight, and
the carnival. The carnival will be here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
we got business.
Right. I kind of want to see opening night. Because you said that's the one of the few times you actually get to see the master of the
carnival. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what time they usually open the carnival and do the ceremony?
Yeah, he says 21 bells on the first night. They'll probably drop flyers at some point tonight. You'll probably even get a map. That's usually what they do.
Well, that's
awesome.
Awfully convenient of them.
Wait, flyers? Whoa, this is upscale.
Yeah. Well, they do this thing where they I'm sure you saw them as they flew into town, but they do this thing where they take their flying couriers and they fly around they do like fireworks, and it's just really fun. Wait till the sun goes down.
Damn, I wonder how the brothers feel though. They had a magic duel happening tonight at 22 bells.
Oh, the opening ceremony should be done by then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, yeah. I just don't want to split the party too much, and Watson wants to see what's going on, and we do have that other thing in my AA meeting.
I'm not gonna get beat up too much, so if you guys wanted to go to that while I do my my fight thing, that's totally cool.
Like, I still want to show up to watch
them a little. I'll let you guys do the arena thing. Like all I'm doing is walk around looking. I'm
interested in watching Neuro's fight.
Yeah. You know what, Watson? You've yet to have an adventure of all your own-some.
All your own-some.
Maybe I'll find a magical a magical cookbook that lets me cook the best meal in the world, or at least some good food.
Likewise, if you're gonna be there at the opening ceremony before us, I'm interested in becoming royalty. So you should like at least bring back like a rules book or at least a TLDR for me.
That works. No.
But we still got a couple hours before we do that. In that time, I guess I will go meet Morlaw because I can do that at any time.
Makes sense.
Do we want to meet before I attempt to bring him to mass or make some kind of like we're back at making plans again, I guess. Is that what we wanted to do? Like I figured TLDR you, Watson, would play sort of as getaway for Spider Phalion.
Wait, did they actually have boxes with wings? Because
yes, they did.
Why
and,
did
I would be with Jory and hopefully Molag
Sorry,
as
that was clearly the wrong button.
Yeah, because it's nothing.
Oh,
there's
and now it
no,
won't
you
go
zoom
away.
in.
Right? All I see is the Witchlight
There we
Carnival visits the world once every
Yeah,
8
I was
years.
just
bringing
trying to
wonder
zoom in on that,
whimsy
and
to the
clearly
material
I
plane.
did not zoom in on that correctly. So
Wonder and whimsy. Look at it. Look at it. That's
I wonder if they
wonderful
would-
and whimsical.
Box.
Look at them. Do they
Oh,
come
yeah.
out of
Oh,
like
yeah.
planes?
yeah,
Do they
all of
like
these
just come
things
out of the
are
planes?
things that they were flying with.
Holy shit! It's a rift.
I mean, if there is a rift, you didn't see it.
No, but I see it in the picture you just applied here.
Right.
So they came out of nowhere with this trope, troop of flying fairy pixie horses and shit, and they're just flying into town with the calliope blazing, like doot 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 doot. We're the fucking carnival, come to set you up and be carnival people.
I wonder how difficult it would be to get a pair of wings like that, because that would be amazing. Just be like, throw that
I
on.
know, right?
Do. It's flying time. I wonder if they
It's flying time.
Honestly, that whole thing looks like it comes from the Neopets fairy realm.
it does, yeah.
Well, you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
it does. Yeah.
So is that the plan? You are getaway man for Phelan, and we'll make a distraction in the church. Jory and I, and hopefully Molag.
I don't know how much of a distraction you guys are really going to need to make, but sure.
Hopefully not.
I feel like making a distraction is just going to raise more attention towards us, and we're trying to do that as little as possible.
I guess. Yes. All right. I can just be at the mass then to hopefully back you up if anything goes wrong. Or not. We'll all be in the same place. Which is
What
good
I would
enough, right?
actually really need everybody to do at the mass is help me try to spot which ones might be the group that we're looking for based on what was described to us. So that way I can be in position to just, in the middle of the mix as a little person, just kind of spider onto someone. And then
Oh, I
ride.
assumed that would be obvious. They would be the ones in the most deco.
Right, but they might not necessarily be
Oh, are we having this conversation around the end still, or are we moving elsewhere where we're not possibly
I would,
admitting things?
I think we're still in the end.
yeah.
Or at least back up in the room?
Yeah, in the room.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because, well, I
Got
don't
another
want...
round of drinks, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Sure. But yeah, that's I was looking to investigate that one place. Then yeah, it sounds like we were gonna do the mass. I was gonna investigate the place, do a rest, a short rest to get my wild shapes back. We're gonna do the mass. Then when that's over, I'm gonna ride with them and see what I can do to learn more. And there may or may not be a cupcake in tow, sneaking along under somebody else's robe or something. And a Watts trying to get as close as possible to maintain a connection.
Which side of the building do you think they're going to be on? Because if it's the other side, I'm going to have to make a mad dash to get to the other side, stay in range so I can actually directly control.
I think that if it's going to be in that building, if it's not the back room where you go through the spinny thing, then it's going to be that one on the second floor that was empty or otherwise behind the stone wall.
So basically, I could be on that northeast side of the church.
Yeah, I think the northeast side would probably get you the most range on the area that they're potentially at. Then again, those doors that were locked on the south side of the second floor did have a lot of specific books and tomes, so some of the stuff could be hidden among those. At the same time, I don't think they would have something hidden in plain sight like that in case someone did actually like find it during a cataloging or some shit. So yeah, no, you're right. I think you're correct about where to position.
Interesting. Okay. I'm hoping I can sit in the northeast side because it looks like there's I think I saw like a fountain and stuff over there. So I might be able to I can sit there to continue praying to the goddess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so long as I'm sitting there praying, I can have an excuse for being there.
Yeah.
You cannot. They close the cathedral at the end of that service.
Right. No. I'm talking about the garden there between the. On the map, it look there's like the two statues
over where the crypts and stuff are. Yeah. When I say they close the cathedral, I mean the whole top of the hill gets closed. Like it's not open to the public after that.
Oh ho! I don't have the skill set to get through a gate. Yeah, because I didn't see like anything on here that just noticed.
Yeah, it's not gated. It's just that they don't like let people onto the hill after services are over and people have cleared out.
Oh,
so just
that hill's kind of like the Vatican. The church is like has full autonomy there, so their acolytes and priests are also their cops and stuff.
Gotcha. So, if I go there and hide during the service, they'll do their cleaning up sweep. Then there might be the occasional midnight acolyte doing the patrol to make sure the place stays clear.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that like there's like gates or barricades that would prevent you from being up there. It's just that if you get caught, you would be considered trespassing.
Gotcha. Wow, that sucks because there's a path that would make it really easy to get from like the trade district to that south gate. Like, would they be okay with you taking that path through?
No.
Or do you have to? Wow, that's douchish. Like, I can appreciate not getting near the buildings, but this place is huge. Ugh. Okay.
Who knows? Maybe because I'm working with the AA community, I might like be able to hang out or something. Maybe they have goals for helpless people like me. Hapless people, sorry.
All I know is I do not have the best dex score, so my stealth is going to be crap. So I'm most likely not going to be the best person to possibly go up the hill.
I want to ask real quick. The residence office, whatever building, does, I guess, tell me a little bit more about it. Is it, or actually, no, the best question, do you have a map for it?
For the interior? No, not today.
Okay. Then I would, we would skip that one.
But yeah, I mean, I can tell you a few things about it in that it is absolutely off limits to the public. It actually does have a gate. It's not exactly clear who that building belongs to in the church or anything, but you never see anybody lower than a priest go through those gates.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Yeah, I expect there's going to be some interesting information in there. Probably not going to mess with the funerary buildings because that's likely not where we're looking. I could be mistaken.
Plus, if you get caught in the middle of a crypt, people are just going to make assumptions, right?
Yeah. Cops, fucker.
It's some kind of Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, Tomb Raider 2. That would make more sense.
A Tomb Raider 2. Oh, that was a good one, actually. That was probably the last, great.
Yeah. The fuck that speedboat level, man.
Right. Oh, I know, right? And fuck the original underwater. Where do you go? Right, with the sharks and the boat.
Oh, right down to the wreck. Yeah, fuck that too. Exactly.
Right. Oh my god. Follow the debris, right? Follow the debris. Yeah, but who said that? Who knew? Oh, assholes.
Right. You understand this is a PlayStation. Sure, I could follow those debris-shaped polygon triangles, I guess.
On the ground, I suppose. If someone told me maybe to do it, eventually, we did finish it, and we did beat it, but god damn.
Right. But, literally by running from the shark and then realizing there was a trail after dying how many times, right?
Exactly. Finding the door and being like, oh shit, you're supposed to head to that door. God damn it, Tomb Raider.
All right.
Love you. Mean it.
That, I guess it sounds like we're getting close to, make the plans, toast time, and then we're going to wrap up or something? Or I'm trying to think of what else we're going to be able to do with the time here.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's not just time. Some of the things you want to do, I don't have maps for yet. But that said, between now and quitting time, there's probably enough time to talk to Molag. There's probably enough time to play some mage games in the arena.
Okay, and then I guess it'd be just kind of retconning my exploring that place or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. Okay, well, let us do that then. Molag away, fella.
All right.
Are we meeting Molag? Just describe where we're meeting Molag.
Meeting Molag? I'm pretty sure that was an indie film from the late 80s.
From the 90s. Actually, no, not even the 80s. They were not brave enough. Meeting Molag was 1994. I thought
Winona Ryder was in it.
After the fall, after the shoplifting whole gig, right?
Right.
She did it art house, it was one of the first on Sundance.
Exactly.
Right? I saw it in Santa Cruz back when I was living. You remember when I moved up to Santa Cruz, right? That I saw it in one of the art house things in Santa Cruz on one of those Saturday nights where I didn't have anything better to do.
Okay, Verde, the Adventurers Guild is almost like a mini castle. It's definitely in miniature, right? It's not a big sprawling keep or anything, but about the size of a Bailey and a Mott and Bailey,
Oh man, a good Mott and Bailey. I really like one of those.
Oh yeah, with the bacon and the lettuce. Yeah, totally.
No, bacon. I was thinking the drink.
Gotcha.
Right, Mott and Bailey on the rocks, man. Come on.
I like it neat and fine.
Neat and fine. Neat and fine.
Oh yeah, so Verde, it's vertically oriented though. It's probably 5 stories tall, all things told.
Kind of cool, how it's all stacked up on each other though.
Yeah, most of the first floor, in fact, is completely inaccessible. There are no doors that are obvious, except for a couple of service entrances that are clearly not meant for the public. In the fact that they're locked, right?
Yeah.
That said, there are stairs that lead up to the second floor, which is really more like the ground floor of the place because it's got a big open balcony on the west side. that opens up into both the wing on the north and the wing on the south, and then into a central atrium in the center of the tower that everything is sort of like built around. And then through that atrium is another stairs down that lead out to the east. It's a very raucous place. There are adventurers of all sorts hanging out, like in the courtyard, drinking beer, boasting about things they've done. There are serving maids who like take orders and give them beers. The building to the north has big, broad double doors that are open from that central sort of like balcony on the west side. The building to the south has a single door on that side that is also open, and you can see that it is a training hall. At least that floor of that wing is a training hall, in that you can see people fighting with wooden swords in there.
Neat. And if I remember correctly, Jory, you were coming with me?
I am. Indeed.
Cool. So, those serving maids, I would try to politely find one that wasn't busy, and when I realized that this is a serving place that's raucous and one was busy, I would try to intercept one as nicely as possible.
Okay. They seem amenable. I mean, they honestly seem to be used to being accosted, so...
Hey, I'm new here. How do I register with the guild?
She says, and she points to the north building, and she says, you'll find the registration desk right in the center of the office there. Don't mind the folks inside. I'm sure they'll razz you. They always razz the newbies. But welcome.
Thank you. And I look to Jory, and then I go over towards the northern building she pointed at.
Okay.
All right. I guess that's where we're going. I get up and I follow.
Yeah, you push through the double doors. I mean, they're open, so you walk through the doorway. Just push through the double doors. That's better. Let's be honest. But you walk into the area, and there's like lots of like tables and chairs. Bench style like picnic tables. Or like classic fantasy tavern tables.
Right.
Wherein you find more adventurers. They seem more cliquish in here, as if maybe they're actually parties. They're small groups of somewhere between 3 and 6 people generally.
Right.
They each seem to occupy their own table. They don't really mix. I mean, there's a lot of like back and forth talk between tables, but
over the shoulder though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw your campsite last time I went to the Tomb
exactly.
of Atuan, and I saw where you fucked off. I saw you people.
Exactly.
Why don't you clean up your fucking trash next time, fucking Fritz?
And then along the northern wall of the sort of seating area that I'm talking about, there is also a set of stairs that lead up and around, and you lose sight of where they go. But beneath what will be the upper floor that those stairs lead to, you see a large sort of like almost hotel lobby style desk arrangement. Seated behind which are 3 different, all of them women, all of them very sharply dressed, but obviously in a uniform so that they look almost like salary women,
Interesting, yeah.
Right, like
Office
fantasy.
worker Chan.
Right, office worker Chan, exactly. But like a fantasy equivalent of that, So like leggings, not nylons, all 3 of them are working with adventurers. Some of them seem to be coming up and turning in, you would guess, completed quests because they're getting paid. Other ones seem to be carrying over sheets of paper and registering for missions. You realize that those sheets of paper come from a large board on the east side of the room, where there is dozens of similar sheets of paper all affixed to a corkboard. And then, every once in a while you see somebody in line who is very clearly new, just like you, because they're looking around nervously like they have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Nice.
I'm not going to be looking around nervously like I don't know what's going on. One, I have my face entirely covered like Goblin Slayer, so I know with
Like,
certain affirmity.
He's literally wearing the helmet, like totally, yeah.
I know with a certain affirmity that I care if I carry my body at least with a certain assurity that I'm looking badass, cut and mean, right? So I find where the clerk is, and I'm gonna stand in line. And while I'm in line, I'm gonna try to see if my half troll friend is here in the room. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Well, actually, honestly, perception, investigation, or insight, I guess, would all work.
I'm here with you, and I'm looking for the same dude, right? I'm looking for a half troll. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a little harder to spot than you would think.
Well, but we won't know until we like roll an 18 on my perception, looking for a half.
You guys do ultimately spot him in the corner of the room, but the reason that he's hard to find is because he's with a group of 5 other people, and he's in the far back corner wearing a cowl. You, in fact, actually only recognize him.
I see his nose.
Because his nose pushes out of his cowl, you son of a bitch.
Come on, dude. We've been playing D&D a long time, man. And you let this character be me. I'm like, nah, look at his fucking nose. You see his fucking nose?
Look for the guy with the schnoz.
Faraday also gets a 20, rolled a 20 and was like, yeah, I see that. There's our friend. That's our man right there, bro. That's our man.
Yeah, interestingly enough, nobody seems interested in talking to that group. Like, there aren't any over-the-shoulder calls or comments to that group.
No, they're the AA group. I understand this.
Right. I mean, nobody hates them. Like, there's, you know what I mean? There's no glares.
Of course not. No, but they are that.
Is this what we're going to do, though? We're going to go talk to these kids?
Oh, they'll tell you what the lifestyle's about.
All right.
Sorry.
You said it. You said it.
We're getting registered first.
Where are we? Wait, register what?
Yeah, you're waiting in line at the desk to get registered.
For what?
Yeah, I look over him and
the Adventurers Guild.
I'm registering for the Adventurers Guild.
Well, there it is.
This is one of those experiences you have to do when you get isekai, dude.
But really, though?
They're gonna scan me, or I'm gonna stand in in front of some mirror that's gonna look vaguely futuristic, even though the setting is off. And
yeah, it's gonna have a lot of holographic elements for some reason.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking great, dude.
Why are we doing this?
Character building. It's part of the art.
No, I thought we were seeking out that troll guy.
We are. But in order to
we found him.
In order to build the right kind of character, we need to first do this so that we seem on top of our game. See, he's
are you sure
leader.
though?
Yes, very sure.
Do I get something from this? Like, do I get like a cool hat or like a title for my character or like some extra storage space?
Yeah,
there's one way to find out.
I want the fucking progression. I'm not doing this. You're
gonna get a title. You're gonna get a title.
What's my title gonna be? Like, bitch of fucking. What is the world we live in anyway?
Fair enough.
Oh, it's gonna be.
What'd you say? Fair enough, yeah?
No, it's fair enough. FAERNOUGH.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's going to be. No,
right, it's not Faerun. It's fair enough.
No, fair enough.
It's going.
I didn't say Faerun. I said fair enough.
Oh, it's going do we have adventure registration cards and stuff from Riffander?
No, you do.
Rough. Fair enough.
All right, then the N is missing there. Yeah.
No, it's in my rabbit person language. The N is there.
Yeah, that's how it's actually spelled.
Exactly. Fair enough. Right. Just
there are umlauts over the E though.
Oh, because it's fair enough. Fair enough. What's the name of the world you live in? Fair enough. Does that mean that world's made up? Fair enough.
So no, it's probably going to be similar to like my title that I get for being a member of the gym at the boxing club, which is boxing club member. Except it's going to sound cooler. It's going to be member of the Adventurers Guild. No, Adventurers Guild member of Gaylander or Gallender. That's what it was. Gallender.
Yeah, Gaylander was that movie about fashion models.
God,
Ben Stiller was in it.
Gaylander. Right? Yeah, exactly. Ben Stiller with blue ice. That was Gaylander.
Exactly.
Right?
There can be only one.
Yeah.
That was similar but different.
That's Haylander. That's a little different.
no, Gallender. No, it would be Adventure
Gaylander.
Guild's member. Gallender Adventurers Guild member. That see, even rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So your waiting line is not very long. These women are very efficient. You get to the desk. The lady at the desk says, "Greetings, welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Oh, I don't think I've seen you here before. Are you here to register?"
Absolutely, ma'am.
And she says, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Hold on just a moment. Let me get the tablet." And she ducks under the desk. As she does, the hair falls away from her ears, and you realize she is an elf. She comes back up over the table with a plain-looking stone, like slate tablet that has what looks like a magic circle etched into the center of it. She puts it down on the table, and she says, "Please put your hand on the tablet."
Absolutely.
Okay. You put your hand on the tablet, and nothing happens. And she looks at it, and she looks at you, and she says, "Well, that's weird."
I swear this doesn't normally happen.
She motions for you to move your hand away.
Baby, I promise.
She puts her hand in the magic circle, and it immediately lights up with green and purple hues of light that sort of like bleed off of it like an aurora borealis. And she goes, "No, it's working. That's weird."
Oh, this might be the curse.
And she like literally is.
I'm
flustered
standing
for a
there
moment.
watching. Can I try? Can I say, what about me?
Yeah, you can try. She says, "Well, sure."
All right. Well, I'm going to put my paw on there. What happens?
Okay. The tablet's magic circle lights up in various hues of green, purple, gold, and pink. And she says, "Oh, I see. Oh, you're a protector. Okay, thank you." And she makes some sort of gesture over the tablet, and on the end closest to you, a small card pops out.
Oh, shit.
And she says, "That's your guild card. Don't lose that." Do you pick up the card?
I do.
As you pick up the card, a sort of like holograph of your face appears in the air above the surface of the card, as well as some basic information. It says that you are Jory Didlington, an F-ranked adventurer, and that your class is Protector, and that your level is 3.
Oh, okay.
Something about this supposed to be my experience. You didn't even know.
And she says, "Oh, well, good, it's working. Yeah, so, as I was saying, don't lose that. That's your guild card. You're going to need to present that anytime you want to accept a quest, and anytime that you turn a quest in.
Okay.
You can only accept quests that are your rank or one rank higher until such time as you qualify for a rank up exam. If you pass your rank up exam, you will move up a rank, and then you can continue to take quests from a rank higher. You'll find all of the quests on the board." And she points to the east, and all of their ranks are easily displayed, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding the ones that you need. The F-ranked ones are at the bottom. I can just save you some time. Yeah, and that's it. Complete quests, get paid, rank credits, get enough credits, take your test, pass your test, get a better rank, take better quests, get more money. Welcome to the guild. We have lots of other services too. She points at the tables, and she says, for example, the Yale's on the house for any adventurer member.
Okay.
And we are happy to act as a broker for any unusual items that you might find on your adventures.
See. Okay.
Talk to your manager.
She turns and she says, Right. Yeah, one moment.
Aaron.
I'll get the guildmaster.
Also, it's time.
In
Oh,
fact,
cool.
time.
This time.
So, friends and neighbors, and all of those watching, I would like to now direct you to an address that I just put there in the channel. That is one that is administered by myself on behalf of myself and our friend Snipe Hunter. And there we do preach the gospel of Telliston and of our other worlds, such as the Iron Way and also Tomorrow, which is a sci-fi world. And like we write cool stuff and we do arts and we pay off excess taxes based on the stuff we get from those that go there regularly and become patrons of the arts. And they do, at this moment, demand some respect and some recognition. And we do, at this point, offer those that are our patrons a shot of booze, and also the respect of their like recognition and their love and their thanks. And thank you
From
guys.
the bottom of our hearts.
You're the best. This
And
one's
be
for
chuffed.
you. Cheers, be chuffed. You're patrons of the arts, and this is
Cheers.
where we recognize you. Love ya. Mean it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Glory and good health.
Yeah, Verde. So she walks around the desk, heads up the stairs for a moment, comes back down the stairs with an older looking gentleman in a nice sharp suit that's pretty much the equivalent of what she's wearing. He comes behind the desk with her, up to you, and he says, I hear there's been some trouble with the tablet. Would you show me?
Yeah, I'm not mad at all. I just wanted to, I've been in service before. I figured that you'd know what's going on. And I put my hand on the tablet nonchalant.
Okay. Once again, nothing happens. And he looks at the tablet and he says that looks at the attendant and says, the tablet's not broken? And she says, no.
No, I just produced a card for my friend here.
And he says, that's really strange. Can I mean no harm. Can I see your hand?
Could we do this in another room? I have a condition and it might shock you at first.
Sure, he says, and he walks around the desk again and indicates for you to follow him upstairs.
I absolutely do that. I swear, I mean no harm. If you want me to leave my weapons down here, I will.
He laughs and he says, it's no trouble. Yeah, so he leads you upstairs, which you now realize as you make it upstairs is a hallway full of offices. You know this because he opens one in the middle of the hallway that is apparently his office. He sits behind a desk, gestures for you to take one of the two chairs in front of it, and he says, hold on just a minute, and he starts to rummage through one of his drawers in his desk. After a moment, he produces, let's be honest, it's a crystal ball, but he produces a small glass orb, right, that he places on the table, and he says, this is a scrying device. It sometimes works in cases where the tablet doesn't. If you're worried about your condition affecting me, you could just put your hand on that.
Absolutely. It's more cultural affect I'm worried about, and I put my hand on the scrying device anyway.
Okay. He says, well, if you're worried, be assured that the guild is a multinational organization, and we don't really have specific cultural taboos. That's honestly not possible when you're dealing with, adventurers.
Right.
The glass ball in front of you begins to grow darker and darker the longer that your hand stays in contact with it. He looks down at that and he goes, oh, I see. He looks at you and he says, How long have you been dead?
Right?
Since I woke up, actually, it's more complicated.
You, he's very tentative as he asks. He says, do you have a purpose?
Purpose? Uh-huh. I'm just sitting there nodding, going, uh-huh. But I know you, because I know who you are, and I know what's going on, so... It amuses the fuck out of me.
I have no idea what this or who this body is. I know who I am. And I apparently am a reincarnate. Do you have those here?
I see.
You can put a truth stone or something of the equivalent, like, in front of me. I have nothing to, like, really gain from this.
No, I believe you. There are very few, please don't take this personally, there are very few dead things that would walk into an adventurer's guild with ill intent.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It would be foolish, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to have this talk back here, because, I have no ill intent. In fact, I kind of want to, like, live as normal a life as I possibly can, and that damned goddess apparently gave me a second chance as this, and he
actually smiles as you say that, and he says, "Oh, Demira did this to you?"
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm leaning against the wall in this room. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
That explains a lot. He almost seems relieved when you say that, in fact, that he's like,
lets him off the hook.
Usually,
right?
when someone comes back like this, it's usually in the form of a revenant spirit. Usually there's someone or something that they need to destroy. Do you understand? I was afraid that perhaps you might have had a similar ambition.
No, I mean,
if Demira did this to you, though, you're here to earn your redemption somehow. I don't know what she intends to gain from you being in this state.
It's the Bodhisattva vow. Only fucked. R.
Can I trust that nothing's gonna, like, really leave this room if I say that it's honestly for the good of everybody here on the planet?
You certainly have my discretion if that's your concern, sir.
So, Demira,
my ears prick up.
Demira,
my bunny ears prick all the way up.
And I here, in order to somehow prevent the demon war from destroying the world, because she said it would happen. That as things are going, it will happen. But she also conveyed literally zero confidence, I believe, in us, because, like, she called us losers. And I did get hit by a carriage-like thing before I died. So, yeah. I mean, I died, not this body. That is entirely. I don't know where this came from. But yeah, no, I'm here to do the adventurer job, which is why I came here before doing anything else.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I did some stuff before coming to the city, but I figure I came here too.
Right. Yeah, as you finish your explanation, he says, so you're a genuine hero. That's interesting. Well, I certainly can't.
I laugh out loud when he says that.
I certainly can't refuse a hero in the Adventurers Guild. So let's figure out a way to get you your card.
And can we keep the hero thing quiet? I think I believe that Blades.
Oh no! Verde! Oh yeah, no! I call out. I say no.
Shut up, fucking Shori. I believe that blades that seek renown are dull in their effectiveness.
I'm gonna wave my card at him and be like, "Look, get your fucking card."
You're a protector. I'm gonna get my card. The hero thing I want to keep between the guild master.
I know. Come on. I'm waving my card.
Yeah, he nods. He says, well, I promised you my discretion, so your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. I can
Of course it is.
promise to help you in any way I can in the future because of that and this assistance.
Well, I'll hold you to that, he says with a smile. And he stops for a second, and he thinks, and he says, well, I suppose from what you've said that your soul would probably reflect some of this.
That's kind of funny.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Oh,
Don't be alarmed. But it will let me see your soul, and I think I can use that to finish the card incantation.
I'm watching this very closely.
You got it. We're willing.
Yeah, I'm still watching.
Okay, he says very well. And he sort of like he does the like Mega Man pose, where his hand covers his eye.
Right.
And he mumbles
Other hand out.
Right, and he mumbles an incantation under his breath. You don't catch all of it, but it's something about a sightless eye that sees beyond time. And then he ends it with soul light. And kind of like his eye glows, the one between his fingers.
Yeah, right.
With like a blue light. He stares at you for a moment and he goes, huh, that's an interesting color. But with that, and he makes another gesture, and his hand that he had outstretched, he sort of like does a flip gesture so that his palm is raised up.
Sure.
And transferring from like your head, Jory, comes a flame that sort of like flickers between three different colors, green, yellow, and pink.
Blue, yellow, and...
Green, yellow, and pink.
Green, yellow, and pink. Okay.
And he says, huh, yeah, that's interesting. One moment. And with his other hand, he takes it off of his eye now that he's got your color in his hand. He opens another drawer in his desk and produces another slate. He then, with the hand that has the multicolored flame, sort of like brings the flame over and kind of like drops it out of his hand onto the tablet.
Right.
The tablet then lights on with corresponding colors, just as it did when Jory put his hand on it, and spits out a card. And then it spits out a card. And then it spits out a card.
What's happening? What's happening?
And he says, huh, it's never really done that before. YOLO, he hands you one of them. Miguel hands you another one. Gareth hands you another one.
Shit. I get it. Dude, I get it. You're a hack. You're such a fucking hack. You're a hack on a hack. You're a hack on a hack on a hack. What, were you running some other fucking software when you built this character, dude? What the fuck? Look at you.
No. So full backstory is actually I was playing a character who woke up in the body of a person from another world.
So it was in the character build? You did it in the character build?
Yeah,
that was his backstory.
So Miguel is a character I created who died and woke up in Iolo, the barbarian.
Oh, I see. And then we did the fucking truck-coon bullshit.
Yes.
So that was an additional just flex. That was just you were already like, we're gonna flex like dead into new body, and then they were like truck-coon into new body.
Oh, quite, yes. Yeah.
Motherfucker, I say. And spit.
Yeah. There's another person here.
Motherfucker! I kind of channel fucking Bonggood in that moment.
You have to forgive him. Jory's soul is technically related to me, and it might be shocking to him that I'm not technically the same person that I was before, though I mostly am. I gotta say that Gareth is mostly dominant.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker. That's all I do.
He says, well, welcome to the guild, everyone.
I have my card. Like, I have my actual card.
This doesn't exactly work that way, but what are these 3 cards I'm looking at?
Yeah, it's 1 card for each of your identities, but otherwise they are identical. They list you as an F-class adventurer. They list your class as Spellblade, and your level is 3.
So, okay, we're both level 3. He's the Spellblade. I'm a protector?
Correct.
I show him mine. I say, hey, Verde, check it out. What's up? And I show him my card. Show me your card, bro. All 3 of them if you have 3.
Yeah, no, I sort of show him my hand, and I'm like, here are them.
Crazy, you have 3. Are they different? Like, can you swap? Do they do different things with regard to your abilities? What's going on?
I was gonna study each one carefully later on, but I don't know. I honestly, I figure it's more of a hindrance because I technically have to level all 3 memberships in order to.
A multi-class, right?
I look to the guildmaster, and it's like, does the credits system sort of account for this?
Well, members of the same party share credit. I guess there's no rule that every member of the party has to have their own body.
So you're saying I get 3 times the credit? I like that.
Yeah, he very tentatively says, I think that might be how the charter is written. This is
Really work like?
not a typical circumstance.
Can we just basically twink you by just giving you 3 times the experience? Like,
Yeah,
Well, he doesn't get
no,
experience as a different
no.
system. Yeah,
It's just that he's got multiple identities that he can try to claim, like Dale Gribble coming as Rusty Shackleford to get Social Security.
exactly.
Yeah, no, what it's more like is
He's got 3 social
live-
security numbers.
right.
I can probably get higher level quests earlier?
Question mark?
No, they would. I mean, if they're all, if you join a party as all 3 people, they're all going to level at the same rate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Good point. But I do get 3 social security numbers. Does that mean I get 3 on the house beers at a time?
I think you
Your
might have to
birthday.
play
Just
some
on your
games.
birthday.
You know, like maybe ask different servers for your beers. But I
Right.
mean, you got to produce your card to pay, and you got 3 cards. So
And each member gets paid, don't they?
for completing quests, yeah. But the quest itself has a payment, and it's just shared among the party. So other than getting an unfair share from the rest of your party, there's really not much benefit to that.
That's no good. Well, I don't like the fact that I have to commit. And register all in the same party anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he says you can register the formation of a party at the desk. He stands and sort of gestures to the door, and he says, unless you need something, I don't actually think we have any further business. He holds out his hand. It was nice to meet you all.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your help.
Sure. I nod from my place, leaning against the wall. I just nod. Ears fold forward.
Good fortunes. And I leave the room.
Right. I assume you go with him, Jory.
Indeed.
Fucking Moloch. Being a creeper in his fucking corner.
Yeah, Molog is downstairs. That said, it being now 1:23 in the morning, maybe
Yeah.
this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah. The music will now do that.
Well, thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you for mastering, sir.
Absolutely.
good stuff.
Thanks for the fun, everybody.
Love you, mean it. Catch you on the flip side, and thanks for showing up. Those that are watching, tip of the dope hat, and those that DM'd, that is you, Snipe Hunter. Tip of the dope hat. Love you all.
Sir.
Oh, for sure. Here it is now time for the credits.
Good night,
Kablam.
everybody.